Well, some good news for downtown drivers as repairs at Spadina and King are complete. Joining us live now with the details is TTC spokesperson Stuart Green. Probably a little bit of present for you heading into the weekend. Tell us about, all the work that's been done and what do riders and drivers need to know?
Well, I mean, first of all, a huge shout out to the TTC overhead crews. They've been working day and night for the last 3 days to get this back up and running. This intersection, I mean, as you've reported numerous times, is incredibly intricate when it comes to that overhead network. There's cabling, there's pulleys and ties and the poles and everything that has to really that goes into keeping that system and that structure supported. So, since it was pulled down by that truck, they've been out there doing their work. They finished that work early this morning. We had to run a few test cars through and make sure it was still safe and the power was all working. And the great news, of course, is that it is. So a huge shout out to the TTC overhead crews, as well to the City of Toronto and TPS, Toronto Police, who immediately helped us by closing the road down, allowing our crews to be in there doing that work overnight. So really a team effort there and good news all around,
Yeah.
In what was not a good situation.
Yeah, and we were talking about how complex and that particular intersection is a spider web of all of these wires overhead. So, I mean, this must have been such a complex job. Is there something that we can take away from this particular incident on how to maybe avoid these from happening again? I know this was outside of the TTC's hands, but you're the ones that had to essentially deal with the cleanup and restoration. Any lessons learned?
Well, I mean, I think as you point out, I mean, this was out of our hands, but it's on us, even when the delays are with, something that happens because of our system, it's really how we respond that matters. And I think the lesson here is that when you get in quickly, when you do the hard thing, like closing that intersection for 3 days in this case, and do that work 24/7 and get the work done, that's really important. Maybe in another time we wouldn't have done it this way, but this is the right way to do it. Just get in there, devote all of your resources to it. Make a hard decision to just completely shut things down and do the work 24/7. That was really important. Otherwise, that I think that's the most important thing we can take away from this is that the system worked this time.
Stuart, obviously, accidents happen, but is there going to be any ramifications for the company that was responsible for this? What is the TTC going to do to recoup any lost revenue and also the damage and the cost it was to repair this situation?
So it's a great question. That is absolutely something that's available to us. We will be looking at all of the options that we have once we fully digest, the costs that we've incurred, not just related to the overtime and any material costs, but the inconvenience to our customers and our service impacts. There will be costs involved in this. We would be able to take a claim against the company involved. And so those are things that we will definitely be looking into for sure.
And lastly, before I leave you, Stuart, anything you want to let people know ahead of the weekend when it comes to TTC service, work, maintenance, all that jazz?
No, now that this one is dealt with, hopefully we're clear for the weekend. We don't have any planned closures now until the new year. So there will be no planned subway closures to impact people during the holiday season. Of course, the TTC wishes everyone a safe and happy holiday season. We don't have any closures. That's our gift to you.
TTC spokesperson Stuart Green, always great to chat. Have a great weekend.